Thank you all for joining us on this very special episode of American Truck Simulator as we celebrate reaching 800 subscribers. We are truly grateful for your support and couldn't have achieved this milestone without each and every one of you. Today, we continue our virtual journey from sunny California to the picturesque landscapes of Montana. As we embark on this trip, we are reminded of the vastness and diversity of the American scenery. From the hustle and bustle of city highways to the serene beauty of...
Hey guys, welcome back to American Truck Simulator. I've been having fun with driving from California to Montana. I've been having a lot of fun doing this. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, let's sleep. We'll get going. Now that we're woke up, we'll get going, get back on the road. Alright, what to talk about today, boys? I don't know. We got 18 hours or so worth of driving to go do, which we're not gonna make that in today's episode, but we'll probably make it in the next. But I think today is going to be a really chill day because I don't really have a subject to converse about, not really. So I guess we'll just talk about the game itself. Getting around the corner here. Moments like this I won't be talking because it's just the turn is so bad. You know, and I did collide with that bus a little bit, so I'm gonna stop, make sure that we didn't damage nothing or anything like that. Hang on, guys. Okay, I don't really care about the trailer too much. I'm more concerned about the product on the trailer, or in some cases inside the trailer, but in this particular case it's on the trailer. So I'm going to take a look at that and see where we're at in regards to that. No, we're good. We got 2% damage on the trailer, 1% on the truck. Okay, and we have another turn coming up here, as well as another rest area, but obviously we're not going to stop and rest because we just woke up. What time is it? It's 12 p.m. Seems kind of dark for 12 p.m. though. Honestly, it really does. It seems kind of like evening or something. It really does feel like evening. Really weird, honestly. I don't know. Maybe it's having one of those moments where the clock is going wacko again. But like, my clock. Oh my gosh. Alright, chill your ass. There we go. Yeah, my clock is wacko right now. As you can see, it says 1:14 p.m. You can't deny this stuff, guys. My clock is going wacko again. I knew it seemed kind of dark for it to be that time of day. Holy crap. That's now the second time we've had that happen to us. I put it into a short the last time because I couldn't believe it, but I wanted to actually shift the camera on the short version onto the clock, but I couldn't really manage to do that. I couldn't believe the fact that my clock is going wacko, saying one time, but it's acting like another. And it's doing it again for the second time. Holy crap, that's wacko. That must be some kind of glitch in the game, yo. I don't freaking know. I would almost estimate that as far as real life time goes, you know, judging with how dark it is, I would say it's probably 7 or 8 at night right now. This is this is insanity. I mean, there's no other way I could say it. Like, this is absolutely nuts. And I know it's not me reading the clock wrong, because you guys should be able to see this. Holy crap. Yeah, my clock is wacko. It's 1:30 p.m. Doesn't look like no 1:30 p.m. guys. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not affecting like the gameplay or nothing, but it's just crazy. There we go. It took that a little bit too wide there, but that's alright. By God's blessing, we still made that turn. Almost smacked into one of those signs there, but fortunately we didn't. Very, very fortunately we didn't. Okay, so we got 16 hours left to drive, guys. We still have a while to go, and I think we're gonna get the majority of that done in this episode, because we're not very tired right now. So I think this trip is gonna be a 3-parter, and that's about it, because unlike real life, the game allows you to stay up for 15 hours straight. In reality, semi-drivers can't do that. I think you're maxed out at 10 hours, then you have to stay rest for 4, and you can get going again. But the game itself allows you to stay for 15 hours straight. So I know last time we looked at the amount of time that it would take us to get there, it was 18 hours, because that's what it was when we stopped at the rest area in the last episode. So we'll probably have to stop one more time and then just finish it up in the next episode. However, if it pans out to be like that, which I'm about 95% sure that's how it's gonna be, I'm probably gonna complete the job and then just start a new one within the 3rd episode, okay? Because I'm not gonna stop recording, especially if we only have 2 to 3 hours of drive time in terms of the game time. Let's try to be careful around these corners, because I don't really enjoy these 2-lane roads. I really don't. But it is what you gotta do. But when it gets sharp like this, you're gonna see me stay silent for a couple minutes until I get around the corner. More than likely, that part will actually be cut out of the video, so you won't even see it. But if there's a moment where the video's cut and trying to get around the corner, that is why. Because these 2-lane roads, when they start to get the sharp corners in them, like S-curves and stuff, like, I'm not gonna be talking towards during those, because my 100% of my focus needs to be on that turn. So when it gets to be, S-curves and whatnot, you're gonna see it like act like it's being cut, because I don't want to have to like vocalize while I'm trying my hardest to make it around a turn, because when it becomes turns like that, I gotta focus on what I'm doing. And I know that like we bob from lane to lane, but I'm driving with a single, that's where my YouTube name actually comes from, because when I use a console controller, I use a single, it's not the easiest thing to do. I mean, I'm used to it, so a lot of times I can make it look proficient. I've pretty much train myself to, drive with a single, or play a first-person shooter with a single hand, or play a survival game with a single hand. I've trained myself to do that, and so I'm rather proficient in doing that. Okay, but it does, I'm not gonna lie, it does make the game a lot harder. I mean, I'm making it look like it's not harder because I've done it for so many hours. So many hours of my life, even before I started recording YouTube content, I was using one on a console controller. I wasn't able to really do that until really the PlayStation 4 controls came out, where everything was, the R2 button and stuff like that. And back when the PlayStation 1 was, the gas was the X button and all that other stuff, I could not do that with those types of control schemes. But now that the brake in modern times is L2, the gas is R2, I can do that now. This is configured to have the PlayStation 5 configuration, because as of, I think it's like a couple of days ago, they actually dropped this game for PlayStation 5. And so now when you use a console controller on the computer version, if it is a PlayStation controller, because right now I'm actually using a PS4 controller, okay, because I have a PlayStation 4, but when you use a PlayStation controller with this game now, it automatically reverts to the PlayStation 5 controls. Like when you set up the control scheme, you can set up the generic gamepad control scheme, or you can set up the control scheme for the PlayStation 5. So because I'm used to PlayStation, I went with the PlayStation 5 control scheme. It took me a while to get used to the turning signals, but it's really not all that bad now because I'm used to it. The problem I had earlier was when I would turn my right turning signal on, I would turn off the engine because I was putting too much weight on my, and when I would do the left one, I would uncouple the trailer. Okay, and it took me a while to actually get used to that. And I actually didn't start recording until I actually did somewhat get used to it. We're still good on gas, okay? But that's the story behind, the bob and weave. I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just, it is so difficult, not necessarily to drive as a whole, but it's hard to stay in one lane when you have a single hand. So considering that I only have a single, I'm driving, I think I would say that, my skill with ATS is rather proficient. The only time I really have a problem is if my brake goes out. But there was a time when I used to play this game, I could not make it to my destination without damage. Now I'm getting to the point where I can do that proficiently. Now, honestly, if maybe I should stop and fuel up just to stop and fuel up. Anyways, no, I'm just gonna keep going. And thing about that though is it took me years to get that proficient. It took me a long time to get that proficient. I mean, I've been playing this game since the beginning of its days. Like, right when they just released California, Arizona, and Nevada. So I had this game for years. So it really has been years of practice doing this with a single. That's why it doesn't look like I'm doing too bad. Obviously, you know, I do bob between the lanes a little bit, but other than that, I don't crash very often. And honestly, I would take the bobbing and weaving over actually crashing, so I'm not gonna complain. I'm really not, because there was a time I could not actually play this game at all. I mean, I enjoyed it. I played it just for the enjoyment of it, but like, I'm gonna be honest, guys, like, I would not be sitting here recording this if I was at the same skill level that I was back then. No way. Get right behind this semi here. I'll stick behind him for a while. At this point, we're in Nevada here because I recognize that city from the base game. I do enjoy playing this game, guys. Honestly, it's one of my favorite games to actually play. I mean, there's some aspects of it that I don't particularly enjoy, but it is what it is. I think that's every game. Like, there for a while, I'm trying to default my camera. There we go. Anyways, when they first came out with the PlayStation 5 configuration, I did not like it at all because I would always put too much pressure on the two arrow keys that control your engine and coupling, like I said earlier in today's episode. But I've gotten used to it now. It doesn't really bother me too much. I think I put too much weight on that brake, but I was kind of speeding, so I didn't want to, you know, get in trouble. So we didn't cross the line quick enough. Now we gotta wait for this red light to turn green and we'll get going. I don't know if I'll be talking the whole time while that light's being there, so part of it might be cut out, but we'll get going once it turns green. Okay, it's green, let's get going. Yeah, I really gotta be attentive, guys, when we're driving through the cities like this. So I'm not gonna be talking as much going through the cities because I need to be more careful while we're going through those, because, you know, I gotta watch for cars and that kind of thing. But now that we're on the highway of sorts, it's a 2-lane highway, which I don't really like. These types of roads really, I have not really enjoyed. Going a little bit too fast here. I have not really enjoyed them because of the fact that due to my physical limitations, the 2-lane roads really are my nemesis. So if I have a greater chance of crashing anywhere, it's these types of roads, because I do routinely bob between the lanes. It's not really something I want to do, it's just the disability part just makes it a lot harder to do. And let's see what kind of time we got here. Hang on, I want to actually stop, or at least coast, and see what. At 2:53 p.m. They're full of crap. Yeah. My clock is still jacked up. That's kind of funny though. Clock can't make up its mind. Yeah, that's wow. I've never seen that glitch before other than this episode and that episode before. I've had this game for I don't know how many years. I've never seen that before. That's funny. That's really funny. Man, my sleeping schedule's gonna be all jacked up because my clocks are off. I mean, it doesn't matter because in this game you drive during the day and at night, but man, it's just a little bit weird. Oh yeah, my clock's all jacked up. And I know I keep talking about it, but it's funny. Like, you know, like, what are the chances of your clock being this jacked up unless you purposely set it that way, you know? I had to be a little bit careful here. And I think I'm gonna stop for fuel this time because we are getting kind of low here. So I'm gonna stop for fuel. We'll continue the trip here. See what I mean, guys? It says press and hold right arrow to shut the engine off. Okay, so if you don't lightly push this when you're driving, you have to turn your turn signal on. It will shut the engine off. What the heck was that? Sounded like a jet went overhead. I mean, I've heard helicopters, but I've never heard a jet before, but I wouldn't put it past me that they would put them in the game, because they probably did. But I don't know if you guys heard that or not. It's like, whoosh! I'm like, what? So we got another turn here that we gotta make. So I'm gonna get past this truck and we'll turn on the left turning signal here and cut a turn. Oh, don't you dare. Don't you frickin' dare. See what I mean? I just detached it because I put too much weight on it. I didn't do that on purpose to show you guys. Sometimes I accidentally detach it like I did again. And there we go. That's a camper. You don't see very many campers in this game, to be honest. You really don't. And so that's actually nice to see. One of the things I like about this game is the variety of vehicles that this game has. They're starting to get more of a variety of semis that you can actually drive. When the game first came out, it was only Peterbilt and Kenworth trucks that you could drive. And I'm hoping that they actually do a American Truck Simulator 2 after they unlock all 50 states for the first game, because they did a Euro Truck Simulator 2, and so I would suspect and want them to do it as well to give us a second game of this particular title. I do have Euro Truck personally. I have a couple 100 hours maybe into it, but guys, I gotta be honest, I don't really enjoy it like I enjoy American Truck Simulator. The main reason for that is, like, it actually makes you drive on the other side of the road than we're used to in some places. So I'm just not used to that stuff. So I don't really enjoy it. Wait for this thing to turn green and we'll get going. Oh, bull crap. 3:34 p.m. Bull crap. If anything, it's 3:34 in the morning. Are you guys seeing this? My clock is all jacked up. Alright, it's green, let's get going. And you have to be careful with these construction zones too. Oh my gosh. Like, come on, bro. You did not just pull in front of me when I have to go this way. Oh my gosh. This is stupid. Honestly, it is, but this is really... I can't believe I had to do that. The thing says go, you know. You can't go the other lane, so you end up driving on the oncoming lane for a temporary basis because you have to. And then the drivers just pull in front of you like, I'm gonna go forward, yeah. I'm like, you can't be real. Like, come on, bro. I hate it when stuff like that happens. Really infuriates me. But you know, it is what it is. And guys, we got a rest area here, so I think even if it is a little bit early, I'm gonna end the episode here. That way, when we come up next time, we'll be able to keep going. We are a little bit further away than I expected, but I think I may stop here because, guys, I gotta be honest, I don't know when the next time is gonna be that we find one of these. So I don't really want to play games with the fatigue system. What the heck? Alright guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. God bless you all. Now my clock is normal. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys next time. We'll keep going next time I come back on here.